This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse. Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 15. You see, Proverbs 21 and verse 15. It is joy to the just to do judgment. You see, hell yeah, man. You know, you dig, you know what I mean? You see, this nigga woman was about to get her ass beat. She escaped judgment. You see? See? She was about to get judged. But evidently, Heavenly Father, he made her bow down and bend the knee. All you bitches gonna visualize and recognize at a moment's notice, bitch. What the fuck? You see? This is fucked up, man. Transformer, transgender. That's what it take for you bitches to bow down and bend the knee. You see? What the fuck, man? See? Joe Biden and Obama, they did this shit. You see, got these hoes fucked up. These bitches drunk off the fornications. You see, and the wines and the spiritual wickedness and adulteries of the devil. You see, look at this so-called black woman, this nigga woman. I'm assuming she Northern Kingdom. You see, she was afraid to get her ass beat by a goddamn transformer, man. This is fucked up, man. This evil ass land we live in. You see? See? You shouldn't be participating in these sports, whatever, however. You see? That allow men to fight. But it is what it is. You see? She escaped. This so-called black woman, this nigga woman with good hair. You see? That's what they think. Bitch, all hair is good hair. You see? When it comes to our people, man. Look at the look on her face, man. She was scared straight. You see? I'm gonna let it play. You know what I mean? Proverbs 21 and verse 15. This book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 15. Proverbs 21 and verse 15. It is joy to the just to do judgment. You see? But destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. You see? See? Evidently, the Heavenly Father, he allowed her to escape. Woo. You see? I don't know. Was that Mr. Paleface? You see? That was about to beat her ass, man. You see? Yeah. It's in the scriptures. You nigga women bitches gonna get your ass beat. You see? Yeah, you know why? Because you number one dick sucker, number one sellout. You on your dig? You know what I mean? You see? Yeah. You hate the men of your nation. So the Heavenly Father gonna set your ass up. But in this case, you escape your judgment. You see? You know what I mean? You see? This is hold on tight, man. You see? Absolutely, man. Facts, man. Facts, man. You see? This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 44 and verse. You see? Ezekiel, chapter 44. Just get a couple scriptures and we'll shut it down, man. You see? Ezekiel, chapter 44. Right. Let's get it, man. You see, our forefather gonna break it down. You supposed to have a husband sucking and fucking him, sucking his dick. You see, not fighting, boxing. I don't know, man. However, whatever, man. You see, this is fucked up, man. I'm gonna read it to you. You understand? You see, you bitches was set up to be under a man. Period. You bitches. Period, man. You see, you Latino, Negro, Native, Seminole descent bitches. You see, all you bitches, flat the fuck out. You belong to the Israelite man. You understand? You see? And you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn, nigga woman. You dig? You know what I mean? You see, this is the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 44 and verse. It's a powerful chapter, man. You see, I just want to get the points, man. You know what I mean? Ezekiel 44 and verse. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 44 and verse 12. You see? And we'll shut it down, man. I'll jump the skip and that be lesson. You dig? You know what I mean? You see? Ezekiel chapter 44 and verse 12. You see? Ezekiel 44 and verse 12. Because they ministered unto them before their idols. You see? Yeah. This place idolized pussy. This place pedestalized hoes. You see? Yeah. Women. Especially Sheetamite bitches. You see? You evil ass niggas. You niggas. You nigglets. You niggas. You worship these honkies. These crackers. Your slave master. Your oppressor. You look at these fucking demon devils. These peckerwoods like an idol. You see? Especially so-called black woman. Look at the look on her face. Look, this bitch is disgruntled. You see? Misconstrued, discombobulated, man. You understand? You see? See? This bitch look drunk. I ain't talking about off no Belvedere. You know what I mean? You dig? You see? Ezekiel 44 and verse 12. You see? Ezekiel chapter 44 and verse 12. Because they minister unto them before their idols, you see, and caused the house of Israel to fall into iniquity. See? This abomination, man. A woman fighting against a man. You see? See? Therefore have I lift up my hand against them. You see? See? The Heavenly Father, he was about to allow this cracker, this hunky, I don't know, man. I think it was a devil, you see, to beat her ass. You know what I mean? You see? You know what I mean? Ezekiel chapter 44 and verse 12. You see? This is fucked up. Real talk, man. You see? She must have had no daddy, bro. Only her mama and grandma and aunties. I don't know. You see? Why the fuck would her daddy have her participating and fighting? She supposed to have babies. You see, sucking and fucking her husband. You see? You know what I mean? You supposed to train your daughter up to go get a husband. Not go out there and fight. You see, don't give a fuck what the goddamn sport is, man. That's not a woman job. That's abomination. You see? You know what I mean? Ezekiel 44 and verse 12. It's the book Ezekiel, chapter 44 and verse 12. Because they ministered unto them before their idols. You see? Right. This fucking demon devil, he put these hoes on a pedestal, man, to be worshiped and idolized. You understand? You see? This goddamn feminism, feminist bullshit, man. You see? See? All because of the devil. Look what he did to you. Look what he did to you, nigga women bitches. You funk box, funky stinking pussy, bloody funky pussy ass nigga women bitches. You see, look what he did to you. Front and center. Got you to face the so-called black woman. What a total disgrace. You see? Because they minister unto them before their idols. See? See? Put your ass up as an idol. Idolizing pussy, worshiping hoes in this filthy, nasty ass place we live in, Babylon the Great. You see, you know what I mean? And cause the house of Israel to fall into iniquity. Therefore have I lift up my hand against them. See? Hell yeah, man. The Heavenly Father, this don't settle too good in his sights. Women fighting men. You see? She almost got brutalized. See? You know what I mean? Therefore have I lift up my hand against them. You see? Saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, power, and they shall bear their iniquity. You know what you dig? You know what I mean? You see, this is very unholy, man. Ain't nothing substantial and righteous and upright about this. You understand? You see? You know what I mean? And they shall not come near unto me. You see? To do the office of a priest unto me, nor to come near to any of my holy things. You see? In the most holy place, but they shall bear their shame. That's the key. That's the point. You know what I mean? You see? You gonna bear your shame. You proud ass, filthy, disgusting, demonic ass nigga women bitches. Very masculine. You see? You don't give a fuck about being ladylike. You don't give a fuck about having babies. You see? Sucking dick and balls. You should be at home sucking dick. You see? Pleasing your husband. Did you see that shit? You see? You know what I mean? But they shall bear their shame. You see? And their abominations, which they have committed. Exactly. You see? This is fucked up, man. This is madness, man. Madness, man. You know your dig? You know what I mean? You see? Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Let's go over there. You see? I think it's Jeremiah 12, Jeremiah chapter 12. Let's go there, if I'm not mistaken. You see? This is Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 17. You see? You know what I mean? Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 17. It's the book of Jeremiah 12 and verse 17. But if they will not obey, see, that's the key. These filthy, nasty ass nigga women bitches, dick sucking ass niggas, you motherfuckers are rebellious, very disobedient. You see? See? That's why you're going through what you're going through. It don't matter. From A to Z. There's one in every family. There's one in every family. Did you catch that? Did you see that? Believe that. You see? You motherfucking niggas. You niggas. You niggas. You motherfucking niggas. And the funk box, funky stinking pussy, bloody funky pussy ass nigga woman. You see? You know what I mean? With your funky pussy. Your evil, wicked ass that don't take baths, you very rebellious and disobedient. You see? See? With your bloody, funky, stinking pussy. You see? With your funky pussy. With your pants wearing ass. Bitch, you don't even take baths. You see? You know what I mean? Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 17. Jeremiah 12 and verse 17. You see? This is madness, man. Madness, man. She had to bow down and bend the knee because she know she's about to get her ass beat. She's about to get her judgment. But the Heavenly Father allowed her ass to escape. You see? The so-called black woman. Yeah. You on your dig? You know what I mean? You see? I think it was an Edomite, man. The devil. The serpent. See? Ooh, a motherfucking man. That's fucked up, man. That's messed up, man. You understand? You see? Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 17. Jeremiah 12 and verse 17. You see? Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 17. But if they will not obey, so-called black woman, in this filthy, nasty ass place. Bitch, you refuse to get under us. You refuse to do what the Heavenly Father commanded you to do. You see? Not teach the truth on social media, reading scriptures. The fuck is wrong with you? Trying to be a man, fighting and shit. That's not your position. You see? You're supposed to be at home in the kitchen, cooking some chicken, some broccoli, some carrots, some rice. You see? Some bison burgers, sucking some dick. Did you see that shit? You see? But if they will not obey, that's the key. That's the point. Bitches refuse to be obedient, subservient. You see? Next time, you're not going to escape. You know your dig? You know what I mean? You see? I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation. You see? Saith the Lord Yahweh. What nation? The children of Israel, man. Why you think we at the bottom? You understand? You see?
Be interested in a female fencer stands up for fairness in women's sports. She did it by taking a knee and refusing to compete against a biological male at a tournament over the weekend. The referee's response, a black card, the sport's most severe penalty, which means expulsion from the tournament. Let's bring in the athlete at the center of it all, Stephanie Turner. Stephanie, thanks so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So this was an Olympic qualifying event. My understanding of it is. This was something that you had prepared all your life for. It wasn't an Olympic qualifying event? I'm sorry. I had heard that this morning.
No, it wasn't.
It was an important event, though. And this is something that you've been preparing for an awfully long time. You decided that you were going to take yourself out of the tournament. What was the thinking in leading up to the decision where you took a knee?
Right, so this was actually a regional tournament held by the USFA at the University of Maryland. So part of my pre-competition ritual is to check the online registration to see who is going to be there and just double check my check-in times. And on the registration list, I saw Redmond Sullivan's name listed there. And I recognized this individual from a previous Redux article that had been written stating that this person was a man who had previously competed on the men's team at Wagner and was now competing as a woman within the USFA. So from that point, I just got really disappointed with the USFA and with this tournament, and I just felt like at a loss. I'd already committed so much money to it and training hours, and I was literally looking forward to this. I do this tournament every year. Yeah. I think this may be like my 10th year in a row doing this tournament. And I just got really sad and I started crying because this was like the last thing I wanted to deal with in my competition.
So at one point in the video, so we see you take a knee, and then the official comes over. What did you say to the official at that point?
So the official came over to me and asked if I was still refusing to fence, And I said, yes. Oh, and you're talking about initially?
Yes.
Or when I got the black card?
No, initially.
Initially, I told them that I was refusing defense because this person is a man and I am a woman, and this is a women's tournament, and I refuse to fence on principle.
And then later, right after this, we see your opponent comes over. What did you say to your opponent at that point?
My opponent was a little bit confused, thinking that I was maybe hurt, and I said, no, I am refusing to fence you because I'm a woman and you are a man. I have much love and respect for you, but I will not compete against you.
Wow.
And he responded, okay, well, there's a, yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm sorry, what was his response?
His response was, okay, but there's a member of the board of directors here, and he supports me, and there's a policy that says that I'm a woman and I'm allowed to compete in the women's tournament, and if you do this, you're going to get black carded. And I said, I know.
So here's what USA Fencing said in a statement to Fox News Digital. USA Fencing enacted our current transgender and non-binary athlete policy in 2023. The policy was designed to expand access to the sport of fencing and create inclusive, safe spaces. It goes on to talk more, but this idea about inclusive, safe spaces, what about inclusive, safe spaces for female athletes?
Right. There's nothing for me and there's everything for him, because I have no choice as a woman, as a female, in where I compete. I am a woman and I have an athletic disadvantage to men, so I compete in the women's division, which is where I rightfully am. But he has been given this opportunity to fence in the women's division, and he can easily compete in the men's division. He can also compete at mixed events in local tournaments if he wants. There is a place for him. So the idea that they're expanding the women's is just essentially making it an open tournament that it can include men, and it ends up hurting me and other girls.
So you've got the support of Riley Gaines, who was on our network earlier today, and former tennis star Martina Navratilova, who put this out on X. She said, this is what happens when female athletes protest. Anyone here still think this is fair? I am fuming, and shame on USA Fencing. Shame on you for doing this. How dare you throw women under the gender BS bus? I mean, this doesn't come at the expense of male athletes. We don't see this at the flip side of the coin. This all comes at the expense of female athletes like yourself, like Riley Gaines, like the girls who lost that race by 7 seconds in Oregon, like the girls who lost the pole vault event in Maine. I mean, this is happening across the country,
right.
and to a large degree, women support this.
Right, it's happening in every sport and at every level, and there's really no option to go around this when there are extremists who take up positions within the authoritative body of the USFA. So I have very little option other than being forced to fence. And I have gone down some other pathways, like back in 2023 Summer Nationals. I just didn't sign up to fence in the Div 1A women's foil because there was another transgender person that I'd recognized in that tournament. So, I mean, I've avoided it as much as I can, but at what point do I have to just avoid all tournaments altogether because there's going to be somebody who's trans there?
It's a tough choice. As you point out, your opponent had two choices. Could compete as biological male or could compete in the women's. You had the choice of competing in the women's. So, Stephanie, thank you for telling your story. We really appreciate it.
this morning, we're staying on top of some big breaking news as rapper Young Scooter, whose real name is Kenneth Bailey, died last night. We confirmed this directly with the Fulton County Medical Examiner's office.
It was also apparently his 39th birthday. He was reposting birthday wishes to his Instagram account all day long. Atlanta police say officers were responding to a call about a dispute with a weapon at a home on William Nye Drive. They believe that shots were possibly fired at a female dragged back inside the location. Once officers arrived, a man opened the door and immediately shut the door on officers. 2 men then fled the house, according to Atlanta police, and here's what they say happened next.
One male returned back into the house. The other male jumped 2 fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg.
That leg injury proved fatal. He was pronounced dead at Grady Hospital. We're told officers did render aid, but Kenneth Bailey again pronounced dead at Grady. This, of course, a developing story with many layers. Atlanta police issued a statement overnight on their Instagram account about what happened, saying the GBI is investigating.
Tonight at 6, the Fulton County Medical Examiner is now revealing the official cause of death for Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. So the report lines up with what police told 11 Alive, that Kenneth Bailey died from a leg injury that he got while jumping a fence. Now, police said that he took off running after they responded to a domestic dispute in the Lakewood Heights neighborhood last Friday. Police say that they've seen false claims on social media surrounding Bailey's death. They say officers did not shoot at Bailey or use any type of force. Right now, police are still looking for the woman who made the initial 911 call.
And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
A massive scandal is unfolding right now surrounding the tragic death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. On the night of Friday, March 28, 2025, reports surfaced that a man had died while fleeing from the police in Atlanta. The public had no idea the man in question was 39-year-old Young Scooter, but it didn't take long for the word to get out on social media that this incident was connected to the rapper. That night, he was at a house preparing to celebrate his birthday. He had plans to meet up with friends, but those plans would never come to pass because of one mysterious woman. That woman made a false police report claiming she was witnessing another woman being dragged out of the house and was urging officers to arrive immediately. As the 911 operator questioned her, her story kept evolving, growing more dramatic with each minute. First, it was a woman being dragged. She claimed to have heard 3 gunshots. Then she went on to say there were 7 men inside the house, and they all had weapons. At one point, she even alleged the supposed victim was underage and had a baby with her. By the time police arrived, they found no gunshots, no woman, no child, just 2 men inside, one of them being Young Scooter. During his escape, he reportedly jumped.
Yeah, man, the Heavenly Father, he putting these rap niggas to death. You see, and guess what? He gonna use the so-called black woman. You see, the number one enemy, number one adversary. I say it again, motherfucker. You better take heed, you dick suckers. You see, take heed, you dick suckers. You see, he gonna use the so-called black woman to put you bitch-made ass niggas to death. You see? And the serpent, you know why? Because they are best lovers and best friends. Did you see that? Did you catch that? Believe that. You see? I like to say, call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai. All praise to Mashiach Yahushai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai. Kwam Yasharala, Prince of Power, yeah, Jerusalem, we up. Yeah, Jerusalem, we up. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai. All praise to Mashiach Yahushai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai. Shouts out Israelite foreigners, specular birds, you strangers that look like a Mr. Paleface, that look like an Edomite, that look like a red Hebrew Edomite. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to you. Israelite foreigners, specular birds, strangers. That look like a Mr. Paleface. That look like an Edomite. That look like a red Hebrew Edomite. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to you. Call Elohim La, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. All praise to Mashiach, Yahushai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. Kwam Yasharala, Prince of Power, yeah, Jerusalem, yup. Yeah, Jerusalem, yup. Double honors, apostles, and elders, and watchmen, servants, and prophets, a great millstone. Who I learned this truth from only through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Call Elohim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All praise to Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, brothers and sisters, was edified. So on to the next one. Shalom. Another young nigga got his cap peeled back. You see? His wig pushed back. Woo! By the so-called black woman. You see?